Good evening, everybody. My name is Brad, and I'm joined by my buddy
Sardonna Pickle, aka Dave.
And today we're talking about
Galgameth.
Galgameth.
That guy right there on the screen, actually.
We're talking about Galgameth as part of Dragon Month.
He's not really a dragon.
We'll get into that. So what have you been up to this week, Dave?
I've been still playing Simpsons.
Still playing Simpsons?
I'm trying to finish it.
Yeah.
My review.
Still haven't finished it yet?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna write my review tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
I've already made my mind up.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
Me? Not much.
No?
I watched a few movies. I watched Big Hero 6.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Big Hero 6.
Never heard of it.
You know the one big white fluffy guy? Well, big white thing. It's a new animated movie. Big white. He's not fluffy. I said fluffy. I meant fluffy as in fat.
No.
Okay. Wasn't bad.
Okay. Should we watch it together one day and do that? Or is it too not obscure?
It's nowhere near it. Are you kidding me?
can't believe I haven't
Everyone
heard
but
of it.
you has heard of Big Hero 6.
It's not surprising. It's really not surprising.
Big Hero 6. Basically, this kid super genius fights crime.
Okay.
It's incredibly predictable. It's incredibly cliche, but it's very charming.
Like me.
Like this guy. If you're watching this, you've probably seen Big Hero 6 and you're probably saying he's an idiot for not knowing what it is. And you probably agree with me, it was a charming film. Even if you're one of those people that were like, it was incredibly predictable, it was just another kid's movie. It was very charming. It had some very funny bits in it.
Okay.
I recommend watching it.
Would you recommend it for all ages?
I would actually, I would. Because even though you know what's gonna happen, it's still like fun little adventure. But I also watched Galgameth with you.
Oh, yeah, I remember
just
that.
now.
Just today, actually.
Just before we started recording.
We did, yeah. I was like literally some time ago.
It certainly was. And
what am I, a stopwatch? Am I right? Up to.
And what did we think about it?
It was boring. It's a kid's film.
It was very boring. I wouldn't say it was a kid's.
It was a kid's film.
It was very kids filmy.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
I remember you raving about it as a child, though. I don't remember you as a child raving about it. Yeah, actually I do, because I was watching you. Been through this in another podcast. I've been watching him since he was like 2.
Last week when I introduced this movie, I prefaced it with, I saw this as a kid, haven't seen it since, been trying to track it down a very long time, finally tracked it down, got a copy, and we watched it. You know how I feel? Right? You know when you hear on the news that like a child has been abducted?
Yeah.
That's not funny. I'm not laughing at that. And it's like, oh, that's...
Even though he's smiling. Stop smiling.
And you're like, that's a horrible thing to have happened.
It is horrible.
The child gets abducted, and obviously everyone's trying to find said child. Years pass, and they're still looking for said child. You're like, man, just give up, man.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone.
They call it dead.
Just let it go. But then years later, they find the body, and they're like, okay, he did die. He is dead. That's how I feel about with this movie. Like, I never got any closure because I was just looking for it this whole time, and I was like, was it good?
Was that
was it terrible? And then I finally got it, and I'm like,
it was terrible.
Well, at least now I know.
Yeah. But as a kid, you would have thought it was amazing.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I honestly was amused by it. I remember being really amused by it as a kid. Just, you know, it's a little dragon. It's a little dragon friend that gets bigger when he eats metal.
It's not a dragon, guys. I'm just putting it out there.
It's not, this may look like a dragon. It doesn't really look. It's just like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
He actually looks like one of the puppets from the old Dinosaurs TV show.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, with like baby dinosaur and yeah, he looks like he would have been in that show. So basically the plot is this kid's prince. Well, his dad gets murdered, so he's a king. He gets thrown out of his kingdom, and he's got this little dragon friend named Galgameth, who eats metal, and as he eats metal, he gets bigger and bigger until eventually he becomes incredibly big, like in this picture here. He's massive, and he's helping them save the day.
It's a bit of a Shakespearean tale how he poisoned the father.
It's a bit, isn't it? Like, it's not very direct.
Into Shakespeare?
Not really, no.
Well, get cultured.
I know of Shakespeare.
Who doesn't?
I know of Leonardo DiCaprio played Romeo. I know that. And I remember watching that movie in school. And there was that scene where, I don't know if it was when they first introduced him, he was sitting on that wall and he's smoking. And we all watched that and we're like, smoking is damn cool. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, but at the time we were like...
There are some people who make smoking look cool.
Dude, Leonardo DiCaprio, dude, he could make freaking...
ass sex look cool.
He could. He could make anything look good. But anyways,
speaking of RSS, Galgameth.
Galgameth.
So yeah, it was just boring. Like the story was very cliche and very children's story. I guess.
It was very kid's story.
Yeah.
I think the reason it was so boring, it was because if this was directed by anyone else or written by anyone else, there would have been a very significant peak at his power and then the downfall at the end. No spoilers, sorry. But this one, it just stayed level. Like, because there was always people chasing them, they were always trying to get away, there was no build up. It was just the same thing over and over. Until eventually it was just
yeah, it was like a lot of times during the movie there wasn't really anything happening.
Yeah, exactly.
When
like
there should have been something happening.
Yeah, there was never like I'm gonna compare this to Dragonheart just because we watched Dragonheart. This was made the exact same year as Dragonheart as well. Dragonheart had a very significant, like, they had their downfall, they worked together, then they had to build their army, and there was that big, like, pinnacle of them building their army. There was the big battle that they had prepared for this whole time, and then they finished, and they're like, yeah, we did it. Whereas this one here was just kind of like, it was just a series of, like,
groans.
A series of groans and grumbles, mainly made by Galgi. They call him Galgi, by the way.
Galgi is a bad nickname.
Don't call him Galgi.
Yeah.
Galgi is like... Galgi is like what a child calls the stuff that grows on the inside of a fish tank. Algae.
Gunky Galgi.
Look, Mum, the Galgi's growing on the fish tank.
Gackety goo.
Algae. Call him Galgameth. If this guy was coming and be like, we've got fucking Galgameth, god of metal.
How many fucking grams do you have of that? Galgameth.
Oh, Galgameth.
Meth. Drug
Galgameth amphetamines. No, but if you're like, come on guys, go Galgi! It's like, wow, they've got a Galgi.
Yeah.
Say Galgameth.
Idiots.
He eats metal. How badass is that?
Not metal, the music genre.
That would be cool though. If they were like, he needs energy.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, feed me your metal. And he's like,
Someone offers folk, and he's like, I'm allergic to folk.
oh no!
My only weakness.
Yeah. I need a sweet drum solo. No! And someone comes like, he's like, yes, yes. I'd pay to see that. And then at the end, when the lightning struck him and he redirected to the boat, he was like, metal. Like in Tenacious D movie,
yeah.
The lightning goes between the fingers.
I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie. What did you like about Galgameth?
For its time, it had pretty good puppet work.
It did have pretty good puppet work.
Terrible CG, many a times.
Terrible CG.
Oh, have you It was very mediocre, so it wasn't bad, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible for me to watch.
Yeah.
But I wasn't excited by it.
It was very boring.
Very forgettable. I still want to see Godzilla versus Galgameth.
That was so anticlimactic because Godzilla is like a god now. Have you seen how strong Godzilla was by the end of Final Wars? He was like insanely strong.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't actually seen any of the original Godzillas.
This isn't what's counted as an original Godzilla movie.
Ah, okay.
The Final Wars was just this crappy thrown together, CG infused, just Godzilla going crazy. It wasn't a very good one. In my opinion, all the best Godzillas were all the people in suits fighting. To me, CG Godzilla doesn't really count as Godzilla.
Okay. I know that the American Godzillas were
Like the 1988 one. There's a scene in the Final Wars, Godzilla the Final Wars.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Godzilla's like fighting all of his old villains.
Yeah.
Like the bad guy's like, I'ma summon this old like Biolante. I don't know if he actually fought Biolante. I haven't seen it in ages. But and he'd have to go and fight it. And there was a scene where they went to Sydney, Australia, and the American Godzilla's there, and he's like, ah! And then the original Godzilla just like one hit KOs him, just blows him up with his breath, and just like, bitch, please, who the fuck do you think you are? So that was a cool little thing. But yeah, no, I thought it was the Galgameth. I thought I really didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. Like, I can see why I liked it as a kid. Like, you know, it's this fun little dragon that's...
Yeah. It'd entertain kids, like...
Oh, yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the movie that you thought it was gonna be. Yeah.
I think there should have been more of Galgameth being awesome.
Yeah, like, he should have grown up faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he really didn't do much.
No, he got hit by a lot.
He got hit by a lot, and they're like, shit, he can take a hit. He walked through a couple of buildings.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And then he, spoilers, got burned in the ocean.
He got burned in the ocean.
Can happen.
Salt water. That's how you kill a galgi.
Yep. A galgi.
Yep. How to kill a galgi.
That's right, his nickname.
Yeah. That's right, it's a crappy nickname.
Yeah. He was freaky looking though.
Yeah.
Even when he was trying to be cute.
Here's a picture of him looking cute.
It's on the screen now, isn't it?
He looks like Danny DeVito. I swear. Okay, I'm gonna put up that scene of him like little going, wow, like underneath that chair. And now I'm gonna put in a scene of Danny DeVito is in his underwear from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, covered in oil. And it'll look exactly the same. There we go.
I just wanna be pure. I just wanna be pure.
Alright.
He's Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito evolves into this thing.
Oh god. Can't wait for that day.
Yeah. What would you give it out of 10?
How many galgs?
How many galgs out of 10?
I'll give it 3.
3? This is tough for me. This is a tough one because I'm just glad I got closure, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this whole time I was like, was I just blinded as a kid, or was it actually good, or was it terrible? Now I know it was a solid...
Oh, what is it, Brad?
4. Solid 4 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
One above me.
Always gotta be one above you, so.
That's bad.
Okay. Never mind. I thought it was entertaining enough, but I think it was only entertaining because I watched it with you.
Oh.
If I watched... I could honestly say if I watched it on my own, I would have lost interest almost immediately. But, you know, because I was watching it with my buddy, we were having a laugh. It makes it fun.
It is.
Yeah, that's what
That's why you do things.
exactly, for fun. So grab a couple of buddies, grab your lass, grab your kids, grab grandma,
Grab your cock.
grab the old
Schnoodle.
dingle dang, and have a good old fashioned romp. Not with your kids. Just watch this movie. It's fun. Is there anything else you want to say about it?
That guy's accent.
Yeah, the guy's accent kind of changed a couple of times. He went from like English to like Yugoslavian.
Sometimes kind of French.
Yeah, he kind of, yeah.
It's weird.
You might be right. Good night.
It should be sinful to have had such a wonderful day. Let me tell you the highlights. 1, he's dead.
You almost ruined me. Almost.
He was full trans-European. But he was the guy from Monster Squad. If you remember us us playing Monster Squad. Playing Monster Squad?
We played it
We watched it.
on the TV.
On the television. The dad from the Monster Squad. Monster Squad. That had a rap.
Yeah.
The dad from the Monster Squad is the bad guy from this, so yeah.
Sean, he always returns from the grave. If they blew him up, put his head in a blender, and mailed the rest of the pieces to Norway, he would still return from the grave.
That was part 7.
So what are we watching next week?
Next week, we're watching another dragon movie from my past.
Oh, from everyone's past.
Yeah.
Really?
It's called Reign of Fire. What date did it come out? Let's have a look.
Spelled R-E-I-G-N.
Not R-A-I-N. Now, Reign of Fire, again, I watched this one as a young lad, and haven't seen it since. So I'd really like to see it again. So, you know what? We're gonna watch it next week.
Can't wait.
This one came out in 2002.
Really?
Yeah,
It's not too long.
yeah. So quite well.
Still kind of retro.
I was 12 years old.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you were 16.
Ooh,
Correct?
Ripe.
Anyway, let's pretend you didn't see that. It's got Christian Bale in it. You are still alive, sir.
I am.
Tune in with us next week. Go watch Reign of Fire. Come back next week, and we're gonna talk about it. You can hear us talking about it, and you can put in the comments below whether you liked it or whether you didn't like it, or you did when you didn't, and we'll have a good old chat about it. Also, let us know in the comments on this video. Did you see Galgameth? Did you see it as a child like I did? Did you not see it? Anything. Let's have a chat about it.
Please do. We're up for chats.
Yeah, I'll have a good chat. Also, yeah, if you like, you can click on my face, and that'll
face
subscribe you to the channel, and you can see when they come out every week. If you click on this dude's face, it'll take you to his channel. He does lots of stuff.
I do stuff.
He does a lot of reviews of stuff,
Yeah?
mainly video games, but he does do his own little
Sketches now,
little
man.
sketchy sketches now and then. So if you want to see reviews of video games, check
Please
out
come
his.
by. Come on by.
If you want to keep seeing reviews of movies and other stuff, I got lots of stuff planned. Just stuff planned at the moment.
Which will come to fruition.
Someday. Click on the old Face Della Brad to subscribe to a world
Of fun, activities, excitement, and Disney.
Disney.
That's where it's at, Disneyland. Ever been? I'm promoting. I'm sponsored by Disney.
You're sponsored by Disneyland?
I'm not, actually.
No. So that's what's going on. Be sure to do all that fun stuff, like, comment, and subscribe. I don't need to tell you today. You know what to do. You're a smart person. I know you're smart because you watch us. So thank you. And if you want to be really cool, you'll share. So that'll be cool.
Share it, baby. Share the video. Like herpes if you want.
It's a pretty good song you got there. What do you call it?
Herpes.
Ah, parenthesis. Sharing is caring.
Hey, I got it.
Share the video, please. Share it with your friends and enemies, please.
Don't wear a condom. Share it. Don't wear a condom. Share it. Share the love. Share the video. Share it with your car.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Please
we love
subscribe.
you.